Hi guys, my name is Mandy and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you guys some things I got from Victoria Beckham Beauty and show you one of the palettes in action doing this eye look that I have on currently. First, I want to show you how the stuff comes packaged when you order it. It comes in just a standard cardboard box that opens like this. When you open it, there's this thoughtful little card with an eye, and then there's a little note on the back. It's printed like a handwritten note, but of course it's not truly handwritten. It says, Victoria Beckham Beauty, thank you for supporting Victoria Beckham Beauty. I hope you'd love the products as much as I have loved creating them! Exclamation point. Kisses, VB, XX. And I'm assuming it's a copy of her handwriting. So then there was this packaging. Top of the box says Victoria Beckham Beauty. And then you take this packaging away and the actual products came in this beautiful little cross-grain pouch with a pretty little ribbon. It's just, I thought, packaged beautifully. There was a sample inside of the Victoria Beckham Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. So did not use this today. And then it does say, there's more of the foamy packing material at the bottom, but it does say this package is made from sustainable materials. Learn more at victoriabeckham.beauty/sustainability. So even though there is, you know, some pretty substantial protection in here for your products, she does say it's sustainable. Okay, so untying the bag. Of course, I've already been in this because I've done the look, but just showing y'all how it came. I got 2 of the eyeshadow palettes. I got Tuxedo and Tweed. Let's get into Tuxedo first. Oh, this packaging, y'all. It is so pretty. The enamel on this tortoise shell is just gorgeous. The gold around the edge is beautiful. It does have the shades listed on the back. And then it opens, it's got a little button here, and it opens with just it's like spring loaded. So you push it and it just pops right open. It has a mirror. The little plastic protection cover actually has a little VB here in the corner. Anyway, so this is Tuxedo right here. Okay, the shades are Blanc, which is described as a crisp ivory. Rain, which is described as a cool gray. Noir, which is described as a soft black. Frumbre, I'm probably not saying that right, which is described as a smoky slate. So these are called the Smoky Eye Bricks, and it says they were inspired by Victoria's signature smoky eye and iconic style. Each of these richly pigmented palettes offers a curated selection of shades in a smooth satin matte finish, streamlined to be everything you need to create your own modern smoky eye. Unique pressing technology allows for all 4 shades to live in one sleek brass compact for maximum product in minimal packaging. Well, that's good to know it's actually brass. It's a brass compact. Who makes a brass compact? Okay, wow, rich. So it's 8.5 grams of product in these compacts, and they retail for $54. The second palette that I got is Tweed. Same packaging, same amazing spring button clasp. Oh, I love that. This is the palette I'm wearing right now. The shades in here are Caramel, a Toasty Beige, Cashmere, a chocolate brown, ox blood, a deep plum, and rust red clay. That is such a satisfying sound. The description for this palette is the exact same as the description for the other palette, except for it says Smoky Eye Brick and Tweed features warm shades from terracotta to deep plum for a new neutral. I know these seem incredibly pricey for how small they are, and they are not cheap. But I did a little bit of math for you guys. These Victoria Beckham palettes are 8.5 grams of product and they retail for $54. This MAC palette is only 5.85 grams and it retailed for $33. The Natasha Denona Sunrise palette is 19.25 grams of product and it retailed for $65. The Pat McGrath Galactic Gold palette is 12.5 grams of product and it retailed for $65. So gram for gram, the MAC ends up being $5.64 a gram. The Natasha Denona, shockingly, was the cheapest at $3.37 a gram. The Pat McGrath was actually cheaper than the MAC, but it was $5.32 a gram. The Victoria Beckham is the most expensive at $6.35 a gram, but that makes it only, I think, like 67 cents a gram more than that MAC palette. All that is to say that while it's small, it's really not that much more expensive than the bigger palettes. And let me say, this palette and this palette, there's no comparison. Absolutely no comparison. Last thing I got, I did get one of the Lid Lustres. It's also in that same gorgeous tortoise shell on the lid. Looks like this. I got the shade Mink, and it is described as Lid Lustre adds a layer of life, dimension, and brilliance to your look. Inspired by the healing and protective power of crystals, Victoria surrounds herself with them. Each shade is infused with a different crystal for aura amplifying energy. I did not know that. Striking shades in a wet, pearly finish are tailor-made for buildable high shine brilliance. Lid Lustre in Mink is taupe brown with mix of gold and silver pearl and infused with tiger's eye. That is beautiful. I wonder if that's what the compacts actually are, if they're not tortoise shell, if they're tiger's eye. Infused with tiger's eye, which is known as the gemstone of courage, strength, and personal power. The Lid Lustres are 5 grams of product and they retail for $36. I didn't know they were each infused with a crystal. That's amazing. So those are the products that I got. Today on my eyes I have used Tweed and the Lid Lustre in Mink. I want to encourage you, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and for those of you who already subscribe, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know any questions you have about the product, any comments about the video, any ways you think I can improve. I would love to hear your feedback. But if you want to see how I got this eye look using the Tweed palette and the Lid Lustre and Mink, please keep watching. I will be shooting another video with the Tuxedo palette. I just did not have time today to do 2 different eye looks. But yeah, please keep watching. Okay, as always, I already have my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer on. I'm gonna start with a Scott Barnes 62 brush in the shade Red Clay, which is this shade. Oh wow, that is a lot of pigment. I barely touched this brush to that pan. Just buffing this out. I wanted to use this as kind of a transition shade. I'll probably have to pick up a little bit more, but I'm glad I didn't pick up a lot in the beginning. Sorry guys, the camera's obviously focusing on my hand and not on my eye. I'm really trying to buff this out to just under my brow. This may be one of the smoothest, most blendable mattes possibly that I've ever used, but certainly that I've used in a very long time. I'm going to put a little bit more on my brush for both sides and just starting my crease just because I want to blend that up a little bit higher. That shadow is just perfection. It blended so smooth and easy. I don't see the first like pull or catch. It is just perfection. I love it. I can tell I'm gonna love this formula. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Wayne Goss number 18 brush. Is that turned the right way? The Wayne Goss number 18 brush. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Cashmere, which is this shade right here. I'm being very careful. I don't know how much to pick up. So I'm just kind of patting this brush right down on that shade. Tap this in the inner corner. Outer corner. Oh, I did that recently in a different video. I'm gonna pat that all around and start blending it up into the crease. Needless to say, this shade is performing just as beautifully. Oh my goodness. You know, when I first saw these shadows, I said, not a chance, Victoria. And then people started using them. I started seeing videos on them and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna make me spend $54 on something that's about the size of my Benefit brow powder compact. And now that I'm using it, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna buy them all. I'm trying to decide what do I want to compare these to. Dare I say these are smoother and more blendable than Pat McGrath's mattes. Dare I say that? I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say they might be just as good. I think what I would have to do is take the same brush in a similar shade and put the Victoria Beckham on one eye and the Pat McGrath on another and just see which one I felt like blended out better and smoother. But I'm just blown away with these shadows. I hope that this is coming across on film how just gorgeous these shadows are. I'm going to take my Scott Barnes 63 brush, the shade Ox Blood, which is this shade, this second shade. It's actually the darkest shade. It's described as a deep plum. I feel like looking at my eye, you cannot tell where one shade ends and another begins, or that there's 3 shades on my eyes. It just looks like depth and dimension. Of course, there's, you know, color differences, but they are just blended so well. I should shut up until time for final thoughts. And being very gentle in the palette with the brush. I'm just, so if I can hold it up in a way I'm not afraid I'm going to drop it. I'm just taking the brush and just doing this every time. Because of the way these palettes are made, I don't want to disrupt the color too much in the pan. I'm going to use my Surratt medium classic brush. It's their medium size, just flat brush. And I'm going to pick up the shade Caramel. I'll pick that shade though up, and I'm just going to just pat it all over the lid. And just like that, it's on my lid, like opaque and smooth and effortless. So I'm gonna go in with the Lid Lustre and Mink on my lid, but I wanted to show you guys something real quick. I was trying some different brushes to see how I wanted to apply this. I tried my Wayne Goss 17 brush, which looks like this, and this is how that brush applied the shade. I tried my Scott Barnes 61 brush, which is the fan-shaped eye brush. And this right here is how it applied the shade. And then I tried my Rephr P07C. I think that stands for core. And this is how it applied the shade. So depending on which brush you pick, the shade obviously is going to be far more intense or far lighter. I kind of like, for this eye look, this lighter application. So I'm going to go in with the Scott Barnes 61, the fan brush, and the Lid Lustre in Mink. And just pat this on this lid. So pretty. Wow. That is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. I believe that I have become, in the course of about 30 minutes, a huge, huge fan of Victoria Beckham Beauty. If the Tuxedo palette that I have that I will be trying a different day performs as well as this palette, I'm gonna have to buy all of them. It's just stunning. I'm gonna go in with that Wayne Goss 17 brush and the shade Caramel and buff that on my lower lash line. It's interesting that this shade, it's interesting that this palette in particular does not have really a real light shade that you would think of as something to use as an inner corner highlight or as a brow bone highlight. Wayne Goss 05 and that shade Oxblood. I'm just looking to see how that shade looks. It's not like super intense, it's very subtle, it's there, but it's very subtle. It's exactly what I would expect for Victoria Beckham. It's like subtle and classy. It's exactly what it is. So I'm gonna finish up these eyes, finish up the face real quick, and come back to give you my final thoughts in addition to everything I've already said about this palette. Okay guys, so this is the finished look with this palette. I finished my lips off with a Christian Audette with Mel Thompson lip liner in the shade Smooches, Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude in Yana, and top that off with the Fenty gloss in the original Fenty Glow. My thoughts on this little beauty. I love this palette, I love this formula, I love the way it applied. It is some of the smoothest, most beautiful eyeshadow that I've used in a very long time. I want to say ever, but I'm not going to do that. The packaging is gorgeous. It is small. In the video I referred to it as the size of my, so this is the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. They are about the same size. It is tiny, but that being said, because of the way it's packaged, it is a little deceptive about how small it is. And this tortoiseshell and this spring-loaded, you just push the button and it pops open, has the mirror, and this is so satisfying. That is so rich and satisfying. I mean, it really feels like you have something really nice in your hand. And then the lid for the Lid Lustres is the same tortoiseshell. Just phenomenal job. Phenomenal. Do you need these palettes? I'm gonna say if you can spring the $54, you need these palettes. Like I said, they look tiny, but the amount of product you get is not crazy. I love this formula. This is amazing. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. Let me know down below what you think. Any kind of video you'd like to see, please let me know. This is a brand new channel and I'm just starting to get videos up. I'm still trying to figure out quite the exact direction I want to go. I love doing tutorials. I love trying new product. However, because I buy all my own product, I cannot try everything that comes out. I only try what I want to have as part of my collection. So that being said, if there's any other kind of videos you'd like to see, let me know. I'm going to be doing some videos on palettes I already have coming up in the future, different foundations I have. I just filmed a wear test on a new foundation. I'm going to be getting that up possibly even before this one. But just let me know if there's some things you want to see. I'll be glad to film those, possibly. Is that what I meant to say? But if there's anything you'd like to see, any kind of video you'd like to see me do, just let me know. And I'm so glad you joined me today. For those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you sat through this entire video, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I look forward to talking with you guys, getting to know you guys, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye.